All right, we're going to do a quick walk around of the outside compartments. So right here next to the door, the first compartment, we have our blocks, our wheel chucks. This is the front cover that goes over the windshield for when you're parked, for privacy. Over here next to that, we're going to have our propane. Propane I like to keep in the off position when driving, and then when you get to where you're going, go ahead and open it up, and that's going to supply propane to the heater inside, the water heater, and the stovetop inside. And then also there's the auxiliary for the outside grill, and I'll show you that in a minute. So keep that closed for driving. Above that we have the TV area, and in here we have, put the latch up, and here we have our HDMI cable and our USB cable that's for the DVD player. We have a little portable DVD player that we bring out here, and then that's how you're gonna watch movies outside when you're camped. And then next to that we have just kind of our storage compartment that has our outdoor rug that's pretty big. It'll fit pretty much your whole area in front of the campground. Some toys if you have little kids, and then some outdoor games as well. Then next to that is the big storage compartment, and this is where you're going to have all of your luggage or anything large that you've brought with you. You can store it here. Here we have 2 of our love seat chairs, and then just 2 single chairs. There's a little umbrella here, shovel as well. Here's some of our grilling utensils. We can move that around wherever you want it. Coming around to the back side, down here is where you'll have your auxiliary fuel line for the outdoor barbecue. You want to move that to allow it to plug in, and then move it back to allow it to work. Very simple. Coming around here to our other side, we actually have 2 options for grills. We do have just a regular barbecue as well. If you want to do charcoal barbecue, we can throw that in, or in here we've got the Blackstone, which is a gas grill. And then you can see in there's still plenty of room for bags and everything else that you need to store. Over here is the outdoor water supply, or the water tank supply for when you're taking water with you. Usually we like to keep it about 1/3 full when we're driving, just because you're every time you add water, you're adding weight, and that weight ultimately affects gas mileage and everything else. So just try and keep it 1/3 full, and then when you're hooked up at a campground, then you're gonna use your pressurized water from here. Oops. Here we're gonna have city water. The city water will pressurize your whole system, and then you're not using the water pump inside. It's not the water you brought with you, it's the water that you're hooked to, kind of the fresh water from the campground. Then in here we have your gray water, your black water, outdoor shower, flush system. This was all explained in a different video where we went through and actually dumped the system. Obviously fuel here. Next bin is going to be kind of just miscellaneous. We have the hose support. If you're at a campground where you have to string the hose out a long ways, you can use this, and that'll help support the dumping hose. Just some chemicals in here. There's a little bit of oil, some lubricants and stuff for the slides. There's a blow-up mattress in this bin in case you needed a blow-up mattress. We just have that in there as an extra thing. In here is where we have the freshwater supplies, the 30 amp power cable, and then the extension cords, 30 amp, and then 110 power cable in case you need 110 and you don't have 30 amp. There's also a coax in there if you want to hook up cable. At some of the campgrounds they have cable. You'll be in this drawer or bin quite a bit. Here is our generator. There's no real reason you'd ever be in here. There's nothing that you have to do from the outside to operate the generator. You can operate everything from the inside. And then I will note that these bins out here are hard to get into when this slide is in the out position. So anytime you want to get into any of these bins, it's a little easier to do it before or after you've closed the slides. Other than that, and I guess same with these bins, because these slides will come out, and it's hard to get into these bins after the slides are out. And then this bin here is where we keep all the tools. There's some road assistance stuff, so this has jumper cables and just kind of your regular old road hazard stuff. There's some duct tape, a whole set of tools here, some tools in here, so it should have everything you need in case of an emergency. And that should be, yeah, that's it. That's the outside of the RV.